Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's another Halloween video. I put together some really awesome, easy, spooky, creepy, and some cute ones. So I hope you enjoy the video. So the first one, I printed this out. I found it online. I thought it was pretty cool for Halloween, in a Dollar Tree mirror. And I usually like to do stuff with the mirrors. I don't like to use them as mirrors. Now I'm going to take that image and just place it on the mirror and use my fingers to create some creases because I need to cut it and place it on top. This is really simple and it comes out really cool if you want to use this as like a frame. I never use them as a mirror, but you can cut the bottom part of it and use it as a frame if you have something to cut it. I didn't have anything to cut the bottom. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Now the image is not going to fit perfectly on the mirror, but that's fine because once I Mod Podge it on, I'm going to use some paint for the outer edges. Now I'm adding a lot of Mod Podge for the mirror and then I'm going to place that image right over the top. Now I'm going to add some Mod Podge right over the top of the image to seal it in. Now I'm going to use my blade and just go around and clean up some of that paper. It did tear it a little bit, but that's fine because, like I said, I'm going to use some black paint. Now I'm going to take some of that black paint and just, oops, dropped my paintbrush, and just cover up all the sides that are coming through, because like I said, it wasn't big enough for the frame, but it just kind of makes it blend in and makes it look so much better. Now to top it off, I'm going to use some metallic silver and just place a little bit around the mirror and a little bit on the handle to make it pop. I think it makes it look so much better. It kind of reminds me of stuff Michaels has for Halloween. And it was a super easy project, and look how nice it came out. All right, this was going to be a cute one as well. I got this toad from Party City last year, and this frame I used before from Dollar Tree. And this little fly I got from Dollar Tree in the toy department. All I'm going to do is paint the toad black. This is something different for Halloween, but it's so simple and it comes out really cute. Now I'm just going to flip over that table decor piece and paint it black. I use some mossy metal paint, and this is from my scrap pile. I'm going to use that to place on top. Just going to paint it with that color. Now I'm going to paint the toad's eyes with the same color paint. I'm going to do a few of the little spots on the toad's back green as well. Not too many, just a few. I've seen this similar things at Michael's. They have the toads there, but they have the huge toad sitting on the rock. So that's where I got my inspiration from. I'm just going to take that piece now and glue it to the top of the base. It would look really cool if I had a rock, but I didn't have a rock, so I had to improvise and use my imagination. I'm going to place the toad right on top and a little fly right in front of him, like he's going to try to get the fly. Now I went ahead and made a little sign. It says Grumpy Old Toad, and I just placed it down on a little scrap wood and place a little cobwebbing around it. Now I'm just going to place it in the back. Now I'm going to be using some white webbing from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to place a lot of the webbing right over the top of the toad and all around that little base, just to give it some spookiness. And that's pretty much it for this project. Super easy to make, really cute for Halloween. All right, for this one, I'm going to use this wood from Dollar Tree. I used it before. I'm just going to use it again. And I traced this out. I found this online, and I'm going to make a cute little boo sign. First thing I'm going to do is just repaint it black, freshen it up a little bit. So I want to be able to trace this on that wood piece. I'm going to use my pencil. Now you can use like chalk or something like that, but I decided to use the pencil. Place it right on that wood piece and use my pencil and just go right over those words. I was able to see it enough where I can actually take my white marker and just go over the words. Now, I posted something on my community tab and asked everybody what they wanted me to make. And Halloween won, and fall came in second, and then there was Christmas. So I think my next video might be fall. And then I think after that, I'm going to start my Christmas series. And that's what I'm going to do. And then for the ghosts, I'm actually going to paint it with some white paint. This is something easy. I just thought I would throw this out for you guys, especially the ones that don't have a Cricut machine. You know, you can make really cute home decor for Christmas or fall or anything like that. You just basically have to trace it and then paint it. It is a lot of work, but it does still come out really cute. And that's it for this project. It's super easy, and look how cute this came out. All right, for this one, I was going to use these little doll legs or arms from Michael's, but I decided not to. This box came from Dollar Tree. It had something on top. I just removed it. And I'm going to use some red fairy lights. I'm just going to paint the top of it because it's blank. And then I thought about it. I said, well, I want to add something to this. So I decided to use these Dollar Tree napkins from 2 years ago, I believe. So I'm just going to use that and place it at the top. I'm going to cut a little piece out. Now, if you can't get these two plies apart, I have a little trick for you. What you can do is take two pieces of the tape, place one on opposite end, and it separates the napkins. It's so easy. Now I'm just going to place a little Mod Podge at the top and place that little piece of napkin right over the top. Now I'm just going to add a layer of Mod Podge over the top to seal it in. I'm just going to break away the ends around the little box. It's really easy to do. It's not dry yet, but I was able to remove any excess. This is what it looks like so far. And now this is the little skull from Dollar Tree. Just took the little head off the body. I'm going to use some antique wax just to dirty it up a little bit to make it a little spooky. Now I'm going to use my black paint for the eyes. I added a little black paint around his teeth or his mouth and just wiped it out. Wiped it off with a paper towel. I have to cut the back of his skull because I need to get to the eyes because I'm going to make holes to place the little red fairy lights inside. Right now I'm using a Cricut tool to create the little holes, and then I'm going to use my scissors to make it a little bit bigger. Now I have the red lights and I'm going to place them in his eyes. And I have this black fabric, came off one of the skeletons. I'm going to use that to hide the lights inside. So I'm just going to drape the lights inside along with the skull. And I have this little piece of wood. It's going to prop up the skull because I want it to look like it's peeking out the box, like it's really creepy. Now I'm just going to place that black fabric over the top and then place the skull right on top of that little piece of wood and then close the lid and then turn on the lights. And that's basically it. It's super creepy, but super easy. For this one, we're going to make a haunted house. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's very different from the other years that Dollar Tree had, the little haunted houses. Different shape. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and make a spooky one. Now I'm going to start off painting it black. I'm going to add some brown at the bottom, kind of mix it up a little bit, brown and black. I don't want to bore you too much with the painting because there is a lot of painting. So I did half black, half brown, but then I kind of like added brown and black at the bottom just to make it blend. Now I needed a base for it to sit on, so I'm going to take this piece that I got from Dollar Tree. I used before. I'm just going to use it again. I'm going to go ahead and paint that gray and black. Now, I got this little fabric from one of the ghosts, I think, or skeletons from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to use that and place it in the back of two of the windows. Now, I used some of the small popsicle sticks. I just cut them down. I'm going to place them in the windows. I painted them black as well. Now I'm going to take one of the little skeleton's head and I'm going to prop it in the window. I just glue it down. Now I'm going to place one of the skeleton's little leg at the top. The window is. I'm not going to show you every single thing because I did put a lot of detail into this, but I'm going to show you a few things. Now I placed a skeleton behind that fabric, like he's peeking in that window. Now I'm going to place the haunted house right on that board with a little jingle block to hold it in place. Now I made stairs, but my camera shut off, so it was three jingle blocks. I glued two together, one in front, and for the railings I used popsicle sticks. Painted it black. Now I'm just going to highlight it with some white paint. I also made some fences out of popsicle sticks, and I painted them gray, black. I'm going to place them in front. I'm going to place a headless skeleton right in front. And I also made a little sign. It says, "Keep out," made them with popsicle sticks. I'm going to place that in front as well. I'm taking some white paint right now around the fences because they are kind of dark and they kind of blend in. So now I'm going to take some moss and just apply it to the baseboard. So I'm just going to spread that moss all around the front, and then I added a little Dollar Tree spider. And that's it for the spooky haunted house. All right, guys, last one. This is a pumpkin from Dollar Tree. It's a white one. Now, if you can find a black one, you're better off. I'm going to use my pencil because I'm going to cut an opening on the pumpkin. I'm going to use one of my box cutters to shape it, and then I'm going to use my scissors to get into it. It is pretty easy to get into. It's hollow once you open it up. You'll see. I needed a longer blade, so I'm going to use my scissors, and there you go. See, the opening's pretty hollow. Now I'm going to paint it black. I'm going to paint the inside black as well. Just going to give it one coat. That's what I was talking about. If you could find a black pumpkin, you're better off. You don't have to paint it. But it's okay. It didn't take very long to paint it. Now it's nice and painted. And now we're going to shove moss inside. A lot of moss, actually. Now, I've seen this at Michael's. I don't know if you guys walk around Michael's a lot. They had the same thing, but it's a bigger pumpkin they had there, obviously. And they have these skeletons shoved inside. I thought it was so cool. Well, it's not skeletons, it's skulls. And the skulls are shaped inside or pushed inside or molded inside, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take three of the skulls out of the package, and we're going to press them inside where the moss is. Now, I can only fit three in there because it's a small opening, but it's fine. It still looks really cool looking. Now I'm trying to organize their heads because, like I said, it is a small opening. And I'm going to place a little glue so this way they don't move around too much. And then I'm going to place the third one like towards the right. And then I'm going to add more moss around the skulls to look like, The one at Michael's? Making sure there's enough moss in there that where it's nice and packed. And that's pretty much it for this project. And look how cool it came out, guys. Let me know what you think. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Take care, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.